name is Joan Olson. I'm co-owner of Prairie Drifter Farm in Litchfield, Minnesota.
My name is Nick Olson, partners with Joan here at Prairie Drifter Farm. And we have a 33-acre farm. We're farming about 6 acres of that in organic vegetables and cover crop production. We pack about 90 boxes each week and deliver those to families in the area. We currently have 2 part-time employees who work with us and 5 work-share volunteers who put in a 4-hour morning in exchange for a box of vegetables.
So we started incorporating food safety practices right at the beginning of our farm business, but I don't think we would have called it that at the beginning of our farm business because we didn't recognize that and it wasn't talked about as much. So we started our business in 2010. Then I started doing food safety training because of the Food Safety Modernization Act. I became a trainer for that in Minnesota in 2017. So then is when we really started ramping up changes in our farm. We've had a lot of grants over the years that have helped us really ramp up our pack shed and add tools to what we're doing. Our infrastructure has changed a lot over the years. When we got to this farm, it was a cattle farm and a row crop farm, and our current pack shed was housing cattle. So we had a lot of changes to make to that building. A lot of things just to make it easier to clean, easier to access. We've added on a lean-to off of our pack shed to get more of the dirty produce out of the pack shed. We've just done some incremental tool purchasing, like a barrel washer, a brush washer, cleaning equipment. Everything's on wheels now in our pack shed, which has been a huge improvement. It helps us and allows us to clean much easier than we had before. And then as our scale has changed, we've had to adapt our food safety program as well to adapt for that changing scale and amount of employees working, how much produce we're putting out as well. The other big changes are really systems and process. So I think when we first started off, it was like, oh, I think we do this way. And when we train our employees, it was a little gray area and kind of wishy-washy. And now everything has a system, a plan. It's the same every single time. It's written down. We train it specifically. We realized this also made us better employers and it made us better managers.
And I think a lot of labeling is really helpful too, so that things are labeled. What's food contact, what's not, so folks just don't have as many questions and they don't always have to come find Joan or I to figure out what the next thing to do is. It's pretty straightforward, so that's been a lot of help too. There's a little bit more confidence in just the process, you know, thinking of there's less of those gray areas where it's like, oh, what do we do in this? Like it's pretty standard, so that just makes me feel more confident about the product that's leaving the farm as well.
We've really improved our efficiency and how product moves through our pack shed, also just coming out of our field, how we do transport with it as well. It's definitely saved time and money in that respect as well, because so many of the things that are good for food safety are just in general good for efficiency on the farm. I think the other thing that's really improved is that our food safety practices also really improve the shelf life of our product, and I think overall the quality of our product has gone up with our food safety practices as well.